Good morning, friends. This month of May, we've been meditating and praying on the Holy Spirit, this often sidelined third member of the Trinity that we don't actually get to hear too much about. How do we make sense of the Holy Spirit? Most of what we know and understand about the Holy Spirit actually comes later in the Gospels, in Acts, and in the Pauline letters. They're all taking their cues, their understandings, and ideas about the Holy Spirit from the Hebrew Bible. And in the Hebrew Bible, there are only a handful of instances that even this idea of the Holy Spirit comes up. It's understood as the divine wind, the divine breath, divine spirit that moves through both planes of heaven and earth. In the book of Isaiah, chapter 42, we see the Lord saying about the people of Israel, God's servant and chosen people to tell the story of God. God says, I have bathed them with my spirit, my life. God's people are bathed with God's life, the Holy Spirit. And what does it mean that the people of God, chosen by God, living for God, obeying God's will and command, what does it mean that they are bathed with God's life? This means that the people of God will set everything right between nations. That the people of God do not call attention to what they do with loud speeches or grand spectacles. The people of God do not brush aside the bruised and hurt. They do not disregard the small and insignificant. The people of God will steadily and firmly set things right, and they will not quit, will not be stopped until the people of God have set things right on earth. This is what the Lord tells the chosen people of God, that to be bathed in the Spirit is to not just be moved by the Spirit, but to be faithful about what being bathed by the Spirit actually entails. And to be the people of God, to be bathed by the Spirit means restorative justice. That things are set right. Over the past few years, as I've become more and more aware about the many conflicts going on in our own cities and all around the world, what has become clear to me that it is fully Christian to stand firm in support of restoration and justice, the right for all humans to live freely. In fact, to decry the leadership and institutional powers responsible for the ongoing destruction and violence that mostly only impacts civilians, to decry that leadership and institutional powers, that seems to be completely consistent with what we see in the Hebrew Bible. That to be God's servant, to be the people of God, to be the chosen ones, God has chosen them, has chosen us for a purpose. And that purpose is very clear. Do not quit. Do not be stopped until all things have been set right in the world. Peace between nations, radical interfaith community, justice for the poor and oppressed, equitable platforms for the marginalized and silenced. To be bathed by the Holy Spirit is to stand firmly in our identity as God's chosen people, crafted to set things right in the world. As Christians, as people of God, how have we been called to set things right in the world? Blessings, friends.